Hey, it's Dorleen, and today I'm working on a one-page sketch for the Sketch and Scrap Challenge site, which I will have listed below in the description box. I didn't cut out the different size cardstocks and pattern papers in front of you, but I will have listed the measurements of all the different products that I use on my blog, which I will have my blog address listed down below where you can get that information for both my the direct blog link to this video and also just the home page plus my Instagram account if you're interested in that. So right now I'm just putting the different layers according to the sketch and also what my design I have in mind. One thing I want to notice is this is a baby, obviously a baby layout, and I was going through my stash and I realized I didn't have a lot of baby girl pattern papers, and the old me would have ran to the store and just probably bought a whole new paper pad or 50 different sheets. But this time I decided to grab some scrap pinks and also just some different pink or coordinating pattern papers. So although I do have a little bit of baby paper, I don't need that to complete this layout. What I also did was I did a similar layout, which I did film it. If you're interested in viewing that, you can see the link below or also check my playlist for scrapbook layouts. So that was also a one-page layout sketch. So with this layout, I'm using the same colors, the same papers, and a lot of the same embellishments because I want to make it those two separate one-page sketches into a double sketch, if that makes sense. A little tip that I did right there, that pink wasn't long enough to fit across both pictures, so I just cut a little tiny piece the same height and then attached or put it down that way so it does look like it does cover both sides or both pictures. The little daisy embellishment over on that left hand corner is a leftover embellishment that we used for the baby shower that we had for her. And if you haven't realized it or haven't picked up on that, her name is Daisy, so that works out as kind of a little bit of a subtitle as well as a flower embellishment according to the layout sketch. Those diamonds that I am showing you right now that I'm fussing with were a big part of the previous sketch that I was talking about earlier, and although I don't necessarily had to have them in this sketch, I wanted them to coordinate and the colors coordinate, and so I just added them as just more embellishments for my embellishment clusters. So I'm just fussing, figuring out where I'm putting those, putting some adhesive on the back. And the funny thing is I mentioned how that dark pink cardstock strip, I wanted to cover both pictures or be underneath both pictures, and I added that little extra piece. I ended up covering it with the diamonds after all, but that's okay. You still got to see how that was done if you were ever interested in something like that. Let's see what I'm doing right now. I'm just pulling out pretty much every pink embellishment I own. In that little jar are some baby feet brads. I use those as well on the other layout. And the funny thing is they look very similar, but like I said, that was my goal of this layout because I did want them to coordinate, and I hope that you see that. So if you get a chance, please look at that other layout sketch, because even though I use two different sketches, because I use the same products, they do look like a one 2-page spread versus two 1-page spreads. Anyhow, so I cut the title out with my Cricut, and what I did, because there were so many letters, is I made those bars underneath them so that they would adhere to the letters, and I knew that would be easier to adhere. Originally, I thought I would trim down that bar because it's probably about 1/4 of an inch thick, but I did like the weight of it because that's the main title, and then for the subtitle, which you see me putting down right now, I just cut those letters out separately and I annotated them separately, which was fine. I liked the way that looked. I wasn't too sure about it, but I do like it a lot. I did decide to cut or to separate the your and first so that it looked like 3 separate words of the title instead of 2 grouping. I thought that just looked better. So I just spread them across to be the same length as both pictures, and I use this liquid oh my goodness, liquid adhesive from Nuvo, which I absolutely love. I like the most about it is because this is a liquid glue that is made for paper, so you don't get the warping. It also has its own fine point tip so that when you have these small pieces, especially when I was doing the letters, you don't have to, you don't get big blobs of glue. And so that's something I do recommend, a good liquid glue. Right now I'm using a black glitter marker to cover the word Daisy. And the reason why I did that, I don't know if you could tell earlier, but Daisy was actually in a dark brown and I wanted it to be black so it would coordinate with the layout. So that was the reason why I did that. And it did add extra shine, so that's always a lot of fun. And let's see, I got some flower brads. I don't know the last time I used some brads. I use my Crocodile a lot, but mostly to punch holes. I hardly ever use brads, but if that, not brads, oh my goodness, eyelets. And so that was a lot of fun to do. With the Crocodile, you just punch your hole, you slip the eyelet in there, and then you use the tool, and you see me point out the part that sticks out. You put that in the upper part of the hole of the eyelet and just squeeze. And it's not even a really rough squeeze. It's just a good tight squeeze. Super, super easy. So even though that's an old tool that I've had forever, if that's something you were considering purchasing, I would highly recommend it. It cuts through metal and leather. I've put in new holes in belts with that, and you can punch like 8 pieces of cardstock at a time. So it's really a good tool to have. So now that I put those eyelets in, I am fussing around with, again, the embellishments. And in this part right now with those diamonds, and just trying to figure out where I'm putting them just to really use them. And those were just cut with my Cricut as well, with some scrap pieces of paper that I had. And I love how they coordinate with, well, they're pink, so of course they coordinate with the pink. If you're not already a subscriber of mine, please hit that subscribe button below. I'd really appreciate that. And if you like this video, you can also give me a like or a thumbs up. I would also appreciate that. I try to do at least 1 video a week, and my blog is called Crafts in the Command Center, because that's the name of my craft room. So also my YouTube channel, even though it's under my name, what I'm filming are crafts that I'm creating in the command center. So you'll see me doing scrapbook layouts. I make cards. I also get a little messy with my junk journal, which is kind of one of my favorite things, and I don't do it as much as I probably should. But please check it out. Look through the playlist, and hopefully you're interested. And like I said, if you are, please hit that subscribe button below. I'd love to see you on a regular basis. One thing I am showing you, I'm having a hard time gripping these things because I got these press-on nails, and I'll put that link below where I got them, but my daughter-in-law purchased them for me, and they're not super long, but they're long enough, and boy, they were hard to grab some things, but they look so pretty, and I'm not normally somebody who has pretty nails. So I hope you do like this, and again, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Right now I'm just splattering some color silks from Fun Stampers Journey / Spellbinders. And that's about as mixed media as I get, but I do like that extra little drips. And I want to say the colors are pink, bubblegum, and whipped cream for the white. But again, look down below. My blog address will be there. You can check out the blog with more pictures and also descriptions of what products and the measurements of the papers that I cut. Hope to see you there, and enjoy. Have a great week. Bye.